Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Here we go. Welcome to RVing in New England. Must be the right show, John. It's Wednesday.
And we got the right shirts on.
Now, my wife checked on that just before she left the room.
Yep.
Did make sure.
Make sure you had the right shirt on.
Absolutely. What a great show! What a great show we got tonight. We had
a great show tonight. We had a great week. We had dinner last week in Maine. We spent the night at Bailey's, and we did some interviews with Galen, which we got coming up, and it shows a little bit. We talked about Frank Palange at Bailey's because Frank took off and left all his trash there, and he rented a golf cart for a week and didn't pay for it.
Oh, wow. Galen will be sending the Scarborough police after him.
Exactly.
He does that.
Look at this. We have a whole group of people here tonight, Bob. Before we even got on the air,
this is a great topic. Yeah,
you had lunch with the Haws not too long ago over the weekend, and
Jerry's there, already here. See, the only reason he's early, he's always late. The only reason he's early, he knows I'm going to show the video that I shot after we had coffee, about a 3-hour coffee this week. So I will do that.
But before we do anything further, we need to let the people know that this show is sponsored by our friends at Seacoast RV. And I even had a chance to go over to Seacoast RV on Sunday. I got propane. I saw Amanda. And now they have 3 dogs. They got
4. You must have missed one.
Three
big ones, and you got a new golden Labrador.
Yeah, the gold. Okay, I must only saw 2 of the black labs.
2 of the black. There's a big golden lab too.
Yeah. They're called yellow labs.
Yeah.
They're called yellow.
RVs back again, sponsoring RVing in New England, creating family fun on Route 1. Incredibly, they are the #1 Crop Park model dealer in the country. And when they picked up Elevation last year, in the very first year of that company's existence, in the very first year that they sell it, they were the #1 Elevation Park model dealer in the country for them also. And they got everything you want from Winnebago, motorized units and towable units. They got some great Class Bs up there. I don't think it went yet, but I think they got one of those Spitfire orange.
I didn't see that. I think that sold.
It may have sold. Yeah, it may have sold.
A couple Soluses, and they also had a new View. And, the View, I think, is one of the best Class Cs that are made. And they're coming up. They started in 2007, so they got 15 years out of that one brand, and it's going stronger and stronger.
And it gets better looking every year. I mean, I think this year is one of the best looking ones they had. Yep. Let me show everybody what I did. I think it was Monday morning. I forget. These weeks go by very quickly up here. I don't understand.
When you get old, time goes by quickly.
Yeah, it does. So you folks have seen Don and Pat Haws contributing to RVing in New England. They're 2 of our biggest fans. They spent 5.5 years working down at the RVTA and stayed at the Athens ranch down there. They're on the road. They have a Class C motorhome, but we had a great chance to talk about the industry, about the show, about different things. So let me wrap it with this video. All right, as promised, we got a video today with Don and Pat Haws, and they are full-timers. They've been fans of RVing in New England for years. They're always on there. Don has the habit of getting on late, but
I apologize.
But that's right. He got the routine down. He does apologize. I stopped to have a cup of coffee with him this morning in Scarborough, Maine. Great to see you guys, and you're on your way back to Texas.
Good to see you, too.
Good to see you. Yeah, we're on our way back to Texas. We have family up here in New England that we come up and visit for the summer and then get out of here before the snow flies. We go down to Texas. We've done a lot of work with the RVTA down there, and we also own a bookkeeping business down there that we do remotely. So that keeps us busy. that, and I aggravate my wife as much as I possibly can.
Well, that's
part
why
of your job, right?
Isn't that every husband's job?
It
is
is.
to
It
But we've
aggravate
still
them.
maintained big ties back here in New England.
Yeah.
Now, you had gone to some of the classes down there, and you were doing some tech work and inspection work.
Yeah, I took the inspector's class and the tech's class, but then as I got older, my knees and my hips just didn't allow that up and down the ladder and up and underneath the rig and everything else. But I've always done bookkeeping, so
Yeah.
we could do this and help out new techs and new inspectors start their business and get them up and going, and it gives me something to do.
All right, so as full-timers, talk about the advantages, number one, of going to someplace like NRVTA and getting training that you can use on the road, but because of your bookkeeping services, you also do work camping. So why is that important to people that want to supplement their income when they're out there RVing?
Well, if you go to NRVTA or whatever training and get trained, you can not only take care of your own RV, but you can actually start a small business of your own, working any place you travel to. And once people know, nobody gets into the business for the problems with the RVs, but the problems are always going to be there. And if you know how to fix our things with an RV, you're always going to find somebody that needs your help. We've got a lot of people, clients of the bookkeeping business and friends that have gone through the training that maintain their business on the road.
Yeah.
And it's become a full-time job for some. Other
Part-time.
people just do it on the side,
Yeah.
and some people just do it to take care of themselves.
It's a good endorsement for the RV lifestyle and full-timing or even part-timing.
Yep.
All right.
And even doing the work camping part of it.
Yep.
It's a benefit, especially our age group, if you will. You get your campsite usually for 20 hours a week, 14 hours a week. Every campground's different. The jobs are all different depending on where you go, but it's always fun because you're always meeting the people that are in the campground at the time. So it's
That's
really great.
Well, look, thanks for stopping for a cup of coffee. Great to see you.
Good to
Good
see
travels
you too.
down to Texas, and we'll catch up to you down the road.
Well,
We'll
thank
see you down
sir.
the road. Thank you. And
Yeah.
say hi to Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Don.
I didn't prep him on that. He
did it on his own.
He said came out of his mouth and his brain.
Yeah. So that was so nice to see Don and his daughter there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are packing them in on the fan base. So why don't we switch over and bring up our guest, and Dan Dominski, who is the VP of partnerships and sponsorships and every other little thing relative to RVTV. Dan, welcome to the show. We're delighted to have you. We've got a lot to squeeze in tonight. Where would you like to start? How about if you tell them a little bit about the show?
Well, it's not
Absolutely.
the show, Bob. It's not the show. It's the channel.
The channel.
Network, the series.
The channel.
Dan, you'll see that most of tonight, Bob will say stuff, I'll correct it, and then we'll move to you.
Then we'll get to the bottom of it.
Well,
Perfect. Well,
okay. Let me introduce him.
there are shows, but yeah, so we're a full-time RV
channel.
Did you buffer there?
What happened? Don, you still
Can
there?
you,
Dan?
can you guys,
Yep.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Okay, yeah, you buffered up there a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So
perfect.
Dan, we'll tell people who you are. Okay, because I know you're having trouble trying to read that shirt. Open the shirt up a little
Right.
bit so we know who the hell you are. Okay, so Dan is with RVTV, which is a new, you know what, folks? Remember a long, long time ago when CNN started, they said a 24-hour news channel, it'll never work. Remember when NASCAR came out with Speed TV, 24 hours of NASCAR? It'll never work. Remember when the Weather Channel came out? It'll never work. Remember when ESPN came out? It'll never work. Remember when the Golf Channel came out? It'll never work. So all those networks that didn't work spawned tons of imitators. And now we've got one coming out with 24/7 RV and nothing but RV. Oh, there might be a couple things there where, if your nose is falling off, take this medication. The kind that run at 2 a.m. The PI shows that run
not on this channel.
So anyway, Don,
can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're a full-time RV television network. So everything that we run is RV related television content, and we partner with all the top YouTube creators, and we just have amazing, diverse, interesting, entertaining, educational content that really spans all genres.
You mean such as talk about campgrounds, talk about locations, talk about units, talk about how to fix a toilet, how to fix a satellite TV? What's the difference between regular batteries and LiPo batteries, all that stuff?
Everything. So from the newest battery tech and the newest solar to top campground reviews, and obviously the newest trailers, and amazing episodic parks episodes, where we tour all of the national parks, all 52 of them. We've partnered with all the top YouTube creators. That's what everyone's watching nowadays. So we're not trying to recreate the wheel. We're trying to take what is the most popular. So we've grouped together 15 of the top YouTube creators, everything from van life people all the way up to people living in a Class A and traveling around in luxury, and really showing everything that the life has, right? If you have kids and you're teaching them at home, we have people that do that, and whatever your thing is, we're going to have something for it. And you can check out our schedule anytime at RVTV.tv. That has our most current schedule. It's and then if you hover right over the title, it'll tell you exactly the description of the show and who it's by, and it's really the content is just really what's king on the channel, and that's what we're really proud of.
If I can stop you there, Dan, can you back up just a little bit and tell them about the company? This isn't a bunch of guys that were sitting in the bar and said, I got this great idea. We'll throw all this RV stuff on TV. You've got a tremendous corporation. You've got a long legacy of success. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Cannella Media, we're the largest long form or infomercial company for a common person's term in North America. So our past products, are just household names, and we really bring 38 years of television experience and marketing and ad agency experience to this. And that just, I'm sorry?
Did you have the Vegematic?
I'm pretty sure that we did the, all the way back from Ron Popeil all the way on up. And
I remember him. He had all those great little gadgets.
Hey, we're going to see all those at Hershey. I know we're going to meet in Hershey, Dan, and we have all those pots and pans guys that are that are out in the tent right in front of the big Giant Center. So you got some other people.
Cannella.
Well, that's not a bad idea, John.
A lot of multimillionaires out of those guys, or they've made them out of themselves. And
we're losing him.
You were losing your mic, Dan.
Well, you know what? When he talks, we'll hear him.
A network.
But the key.
Okay, you're back. You're back.
Yep. Set it and forget it. That's right, Frank.
Right.
Set it and forget it. So the fact is, when I worked in the TV biz, in the old UHF days, we used to make our living on those. They were 2-minute. They were 90-second infomercials. I remember one of the biggest ones we had was Slim Whitman's Greatest Hits. Now, I never knew who Slim Whitman was, but a lot of people did.
I did.
A lot of people did, because every day, you had to send them to a post office box and open the checks up.
So
half the checks didn't work.
So we were
correct.
So our company has a podcast called Let's Make Millions, and the episode that just aired today, we interviewed Gary Hewitt, who is an original groundbreaking guy, and some of those stories are, the collecting the checks from the post office or from the mail. I mean, that they just everything came in the mail, and the post office would collect the money for you. It was crazy from there to where it is now. It's really interesting. Now. So,
well, Dan,
yeah.
when you were sitting around the table in the boardroom and looking for a new property, something new to develop, did you consider anything else other than RVs? And if not, why RVs?
So I actually came up with this idea as I was driving through the mountains of Colorado. And I stopped at an RV dealer, the Camping World in Golden, Colorado. And I met Matt Erland, who's the general manager there. And I was like, you know what? This just popped into my head that this seems like a really good idea. Am I stupid or what? And he talked to me for an hour. And that's really where I had, the thoughts of it prior, but, just seeing all of these, people like in the life in the mountains, and it just kind of, rung something and kind of went from there. That's where
have you been an RVer? Have you been?
No, I haven't. We've camped. I rented a tow behind, like a teardrop trailer when I was up there for a week. And that was the extent of what I have. We are working on some projects this fall where I'm going to take a wrapped trailer and travel the country. So that will kind of fully immerse me into that. And that'll most likely start right after the Hershey show. So we're just trying to put that together now.
Well, Dan, I know you're a car guy. So
yes,
you know about vehicles. And, I'm sure that you've been examining the auto industry and how it compares to the RV industry and said, wow, there's opportunity here, because the RV industry is not to the point that the car business is when it comes to marketing. But my point to you, and I'll see you in Hershey, don't come to New England in November, December, January, February, or March.
I'm sure there are better times, right?
Stay south.
Well, head down to Florida, and I'll meet up with you in Florida, Dan. Okay. So, hey, one of the exciting things that you're doing is this program here. Tell us. We know these guys. We've had them on the show. We've had Tony and Todd on the show. We've had Terry Cooper on the show, and we had a whole show last year dedicated to the launch of RV Unplugged. But right out the gate, you got yourself a regular show and a good one.
Yeah, we're really excited. I mean, we're going to be airing season 1 in its entirety, and then ramping up to season 2, and hopefully working with a lot of the contestants in season 2. We have a lot of the season 1 participants, as part of the channel. Mike and Sharif from Mike and Susan from an RV Blogger were our first contributers. If it wasn't for Mike, there wouldn't be RVTV. I think he's he really got behind it, and
they're great people.
And Phil and Stacy, and I just spent time with Chris and Martha from Venturesome Couple, and so a whole bunch more. So another exciting, we just signed up with Matt's RV Review. So Matt's going to have a primetime show every night of the week. There's going to be an RV review by Matt, which we're really excited about, and just all kinds of other big things that are coming, other partnerships that we have in the works, and things that are already in place that we're going to be announcing. So a ton going on.
Don't fill up all those slots. You haven't talked to John and Bob yet.
In that order. Now, so example, Dan, somebody, for example, like RV Education 101, our friend the Polks, I see them on there. If they have programming that is broadcast quality, and they've been doing it for 20 years, and they want to be on your show, do you pay them or they pay you? How's the deal work?
So it depends. I mean, it depends on what the content is and what the relationship would look like. If it's a piece of content, content is very, and I don't want to say this and devalue but there's a lot of content out there.
That's correct.
And it's finding, just the right people, and the right content. So everything kind of, stands on its own. And, I can say that everybody that we're working with now is doing it because they like the idea of the channel, the publicity that it's giving them, both for themselves to grow the industry and also, the partnerships that they have in place, just to be able to offer that for whatever, they want to their advertising partners. So, if I'm an advertiser and one content creator puts all their content on YouTube and all the normal places, and then the other person does the exact same thing, but is also on RVTV, I mean, that's more desirable to me.
Yep. So you won't strip their content.
As the advertising platform.
You're not going to strip their advertisers out and put your own in. You will run their stuff. So
yeah, exactly. So we leave everything the way that it is in place. The shows run just like 23-minute or 46-minute shows. So you watch Seinfeld, it's a 23-minute show with 7 minutes of commercials. You're getting 23 minutes of content. You're getting good quality, interesting RV content. These guys, these aren't blatant commercials that they do. They're talking about, their soft start and a quick 30-second, and it's educational and people should know about it. So most of the advertisers are, well, they're all market people. We're not throwing drug commercials up and Charmin commercials. I mean, it's interesting, relevant stuff to the advertising community. But if go ahead.
How do you plan on going and promoting it?
What's that, John?
How do you plan on promoting it, Dan? I keep calling you Don. Dan, how are you going to promote it to the RVing public so that they know that this is the headquarters for everything RV?
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about this is that our our content partners have 2.5 million followers on Facebook and 2 million followers on Instagram, and it's all just built in. And we're not trying to replace anything. That's all we're doing is getting that content out to as many different venues as they can. So not only are they being seen on YouTube, but they're being seen streaming on Roku and Amazon and 75 TV channels around the country, and a lot of other bigger things that are coming very soon. So it's a great partnership, I think. And in the beginning, honestly, it's a better deal for us than it is for them. But that it's a pendulum. It's gonna swing, and there's gonna be a lot of good things that come, I think, across the board with what we're doing. So I mean, our content partners are the most important part of our channel. If we didn't have them, we'd have nothing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then they automatically just bring in viewers. So we do all the normal social media stuff and everything that you would expect. But it's just there. So there's
you're not going to be a program creator. You're really a consolidator. You're like a warehouse, and I mean that in a positive term. You're a warehouse of RV related product.
Essentially, yes. Now we are having our own stuff that's in the process of coming. We're going to have live things recorded. I say live, done live at the Tampa the Tampa RV show. That'll be put out throughout many different companies and advertisers, and so we have some really cool things coming there. But most of what we do is we're taking the best of what we find and then putting it out where it's not, and then hopefully people are seeing. So you could be watching somebody and go, I really like this guy, I've never seen him before. There's a QR code on the screen, you can scan him, it goes right to his page on YouTube, and now you're following him and you just found somebody new. and we don't replace YouTube. YouTube's the biggest thing in the world. We get that.
Hey, Dan,
we're putting it somewhere else where people are
An additional opportunity to view it.
Yeah, Dan, an idea that I wonder if you've discussed this. You know, every time an RVer goes into a dealership for service, they sit in the dealer's lounge and they're at the mercy of whoever's got the remote control. And, you know, they could be a CNN fan and somebody's got Fox News on or vice versa, or they got a morning soap opera and they really want to watch the golf tournament. This is something that, and granted, there would be some competitors or there'd be different products, but if I'm an RV dealer, I'll show this 24 hours a day in my customer lounge, wouldn't I?
Well, and that's kind of the smart thing about this. For, you know, we're working at certain partnerships. We're working on exclusive bases, so we don't want to have 19 dealers on there and you know, every single manufacturer. So we're going to work with a couple of dealers. So that's great for the dealers that are in place. You know, you get a big operation like Blue Compass, they have 200 locations. That's just the built-in, no one's ever going to say bad things about your company. It's going to be constant promotion. Of course, there's going to be competitors' products, but that's just life. It's not going to, if anything, it can start a conversation. So, you know, that's where it, you know, a company would pay what we charge. A company would pay just to have an in-house station to run in their dealerships, and we just put it everywhere else. So, you know, I think that once, and my trip to Indiana really highlighted this, you know, once people see our reach, what they're able to do with it, and then the cost associated with it, it's, you know, it's going to be very, very desirable, I think, and that's what I'm finding.
Let me do
right
this
now. Just the initials.
I'm going to run a sponsors commercial. John, if you would jump out and check those comments, so we come back, we can spend a couple of minutes going over the comments. We got a lot of people on there tonight. We don't want to neglect them, so we'll be right back, folks. And here's a message from Amanda Blow.
All right, I am with Amanda Blow, who is now coming back as the major sponsor on RVing in New England. Amanda, how you doing today?
Hi, Bob. I'm great today. Very excited to chat with you.
Yeah, how about, this is your second stint as a sponsor. Tell us why sponsoring RVing in New England is important to Seacoast RVs.
We really love sponsoring RVing in New England because we get to introduce so many new people to what we have to offer here at Seacoast RV, from park models to motorhomes to all the travel trailers, our service center. You know, we're very fortunate to have a great staff that's more like family than anything. A lot of women in our office, which I think is really great in this industry. So it's just exciting to be able to introduce ourselves.
And you're not a stranger to it. You've been here quite a few years now since you have owned the company.
Yes,
but the dealership has actually been here since 1996.
That's correct, yes. And I've been here for almost 10 of those years.
Yeah. Do you know, 1996 was the first year I started writing and consulting in the RV industry.
Well, look at that. It's like we were meant to be.
Tell us some of the products that you got while I scan the other side here.
Sure. So we offer a wide range of units here. So we have park models from both prep and elevation, along with new motorhomes from Winnebago and new towables from Winnebago. We're really excited to be offering all of this for everyone here.
Talk about the importance of park models. I know that's your specialty. You're one of the largest park model dealers in the country for prep and for elevation.
Yes.
You've got a tremendous background in that, but tell us about park models, who buys them, and why they like destination camping.
Sure. So park models are a wonderful thing. They're great for people who know where they want to be. If you're a seasonal somewhere, it's very turnkey. There's no real maintenance. You get to just go in and open up your home away from home, and people love that.
Super. So if this is their first time meeting you and Seacoast RV, give them the credentials, the telephone, the website, and what have you.
Sure. So we're Seacoast RV. We're on Route 1 in Saco, Maine. Our phone number is 207-282-3511, and you can see us at seacoastrv.com.
And ask for Amanda Blow or Brittany or Kendra or any of the team up here at Seacoast RV. Thanks again for sponsoring the program, Amanda.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, we are back. What'd you
Okay.
find out, John?
Bob, we have a lot of people here that are worth talking to. I'm going to go right back to 701. Dante says, evening. Haws are already here. Jerry Plant. Now, Dan, keep one thing in mind. We have a live audience, and if for any reason they're late, they have been trained to apologize and tell us the reason. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. But remember that. Jerry Plant says hello from Cape Cod. Chris Doherty is a national RV tech and inspector and teacher at RVTI. He is in Hershey right now, probably talking with all our friends down there, getting ready for the show.
He's getting ready. He's doing. You'll meet him down there, Dan. He's doing a lot of the seminar programs down at the Hershey show, and he also does training for PRVCA.
Yep, Jim Convoy is there. Steve Hogan is a RVer along with his wife Gail. Frank Palange is from West Springfield, as he says. Jose Moniz is the executive producer of RVing Today. And they're in their about 10th year of national shows. Susan is from Kentucky. Walter is at the Market Basket, probably in Shrewsbury. RV Education 101 is somebody you definitely have.
No, she's not from Kentucky. That's Jim Keenan. That's Jimmy's wife. They're on their way back from the West Coast trip. They're in Kentucky.
They're in Kentucky right now.
That's Jim Keenan, who used to sell it. Right. He covers for Pete's and sold for McDonald's.
They're in Kentucky.
Yeah,
so
they're visiting.
Walter is in the squeezing the Charmin. Now talk about Walter squeezing the Charmin. I'll get to that in just a minute. RV Education 101, you have to talk to them. Bernie Colton, one of the top RV reps in the entire United States at Campers Inn. And when Bob and I can't make the show, Bernie is our very capable fill-in. Mr. Butler is here. Jim Keenan. Oh, sorry, I'm late as usual. Okay, so there's our first sorry. Kathy, I'm from Agawam too. Dante says, do they have a cable channel? Are they on cable? We'll get into that in just a minute. Swollen noses, I don't know, whatever it means. I'm from the West Side. I had a great time finally meeting Bob. Bob wrote that.
No, I didn't. I don't have access to that.
That's the Paul Popio. Randall Murray is with Pete's RV, one of America's largest seller of Jayco products, as well as.
Hey, Randy, you've been in Boston with your daughter for the last. It seems like about 7 days. You went to the North End the other day, John. He's out there gallivanting around. Now you're in Wells, Maine. You're only about 20. Maybe a half hour from me, and I've got to go down to Portsmouth tomorrow. But if you wanted to do a cup of coffee in the morning, we could probably jump up and do that. Yeah. Jason is here from the old Good Sam's, and guess who showed up? I knew Willie would be here. Dan the man, love you, dude. Love you too, John and Bob. The Zagami Strong. Yep, we are doing well. We're past all the radiation. We're free and clear. Life is good and ready to go. I will not. I got a conflict. I will not be in Hershey, but John's going to be there covering everything. So Willie will do that, and I will see you at Elkhart. Willie is Willie. There's nobody else like him.
You skipped right over Mark and Julie at RV Love, just like right to Willie.
Yeah. Mark, there's another one, Dan. RV Love. They've been full-timing. They've been part-timing. They got 2 books, RV Hacks and Living the RV Life. Have you had a chance to meet them yet?
I have not.
Oh, I'll introduce you. Mark and Julie Bennett. Great authors, great books, and fun people.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
We met them.
She's from Australia. Venturesome couple. There you go. Dan, right there.
Alliance. Okay. Frank Palange has got a nice What's up, Willie? Hello, John and Bob. See, they have it right.
Frank, don't you know not to ask what's up, Willie, during the Bob and John show? He'll eat up the next 30 minutes by the time he gets done telling you what's up. And there's no side conversation, so don't do that.
Right. So Ryan Hadley says he just got home. Sorry, that's why he's late. Venture the cup. Sorry, you're late. Just had dinner. Made dinner. Okay, Willie's just. I don't know what Willie's doing there. Hello, nice to meet you. Thanks, Bob.
Sorry.
No, wait.
Hold on. Look at Dan new.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on, Julie. Zagami skipped over you I made them go back to you, and you say, thanks, Bob. What is that all about? Jerry Plant, you didn't plug my inspection business. Okay. Jerry has an RV inspection business. Okay, Jerry.
Jerry was trained at NRVTA.
Yeah. So it all started in 1981 when I was born.
Well, nice to meet him.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
You guys didn't know that was Jerry. Willie's back again. I told you once you mention and give an opening. So it all started in 1981 when I was born. This could be a long story, Willie.
RV love. Sorry, John. Love your book. Okay.
You hurt Julie's feelings, John.
Yeah. No. She hurt my feelings, and she is acknowledging it. She said, "Oops, sorry, John. Love your book."
All right. Okay. Back to Dan. There was a question about cable. Talk about your Roku and your Netflix and what you're doing in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're live on 75 stations across the country. It's free over-the-air television, so there's nothing to pay for. Every single television in the United States has access to it. So if you go to our website, rvtv.tv, click on where to watch, it'll have all of our local markets. We're going to be adding many more markets than we have currently even. And then streaming on Roku is live currently. Just search just search RVTV on Roku, and you'll be able to watch stay hooked up, and you're able to get everything live, right in the thick of things. We'll be live on Amazon Fire very shortly, so another big streaming platform. And then we have things that I can't say right now, but just larger things in the future. So we'll just leave it at that, and exciting things coming.
Dan, if there are people that want to get in touch with you, is it okay for them to have your email address if they either want to sponsor, if they need more information?
Absolutely. So, it's right actually on our website. So how to contact us, my cell phone number and email address is right on there. You can call, text, send me an email. Very easy to get a hold of. And please reach out regardless of whether you have content that you're interested in, in us using, or you're an advertiser, of course, that we are sold out for advertising for the rest of 2023. So we are working on 2024 currently. But yeah, we have lots going on for 2024 right now.
So Dan, talk about this talent show thing.
Yeah, so it's going to be debuting in January. We have some legal questions that come up. There's a lot more that goes into it when it gets to the lawyer, but debuting in 2024, we're hopefully going to do something maybe with the training academy. I haven't really gotten into it too much with them for our finals, but it's a submit a video of your talent, right? Like a 1 to 2 minute juggling, singing, playing an instrument, whatever it is, dancing, just like America's Got Talent. You're an RVer, it has to be done at a park ground around your RV, inside your RV. We've gotten some, great submissions, and we're going to be opening that up for more submissions, probably sometime in November. So, stay tuned for that. We'll definitely have that on the website and do, all kinds of updates. We have another show that we're just breaking ground on. Essentially, it's going to be people submitting videos of their favorite campgrounds, whether it be the actual campground themselves or RV park, or people who go to them and I love this place, I just want to share it. I have an eye for filmmaking, and just we want people to be creative and are interactive and get involved, and things like that. And our third show is really going to be fun. We're going to work with the content creators that we currently have, and we're going to have a contest where they curate the best block of Instagram footage. So there's so much great stuff on Instagram that's short, that's pictures that you really can't get on television. So just picture like MTV has ridiculousness, so not bad things going on, but just clips and interesting segments, and it's going to be really, really fun. And we're going to collaborate with a lot of great, just unique and they'll just have amazing ideas. So we're really excited for that.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Dante's asking your website. It's rvtv.tv. Dante, it's a real easy one. rvtv.tv. There you go. So Frank Palange is asking about woodworking because he's a master woodworker, and he has a shop set up in his luxury RV. Am I right, Frank?
Yeah, he's got the shop at the front of a DRV Suites, a luxury fifth wheel that he rides around in, and when he gets to the campground, he'll sit there and make these incredible pieces. And sometimes he doesn't even like to charge them. It's so there's another aspect of a show there. RV is in what they do as a hobby, not necessarily to make money, but as a hobby. They may be birders. They may, go to golf courses. I don't know. There's the interesting thing, Dan, this is that we've had
a great idea.
A collection of different media things over the years, but nobody's really put them all in one place. And when you look at this industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, when you look at 10 or 12 million RVers on the road, when you look at selling 300 to 500,000 new RVs a year, it's unlimited. I mean, in fact, your big problem is probably going to be cutting out the programs so that you can fit a regular schedule and get into a kind of a set routine. You may already be up to that. I mean, you've only been out there a year and you've got a real established schedule. But is that going to be an issue that there are so many things? How are you going to narrow that down to get the best of the best?
From what I found, and obviously everything's a work in progress.
Sure.
But you just take an interesting mix of things. So not everybody likes one guy. So if you want reviews, you have 3 or 4 different reviewers that might be that do something in a different style, or you just have multiple things that gives you as much to choose from as you can, and then you just kind of decide what the programming is going to be based on. So it's 7 o'clock. If it's going to be a travel hour, you just find the best travel coverage that you can, and use that. And that's where having so much available to us really lets us pick and choose and put our best foot forward. Not everything is the greatest production you're ever going to see. So I mean, some of it's real life, and it's not, it's people that are working with a cell phone camera, but it's interesting, and they're interesting people, and that's what what people watch on TV right now is ridiculous. So it's not crazy to think that somebody might just watch an average person.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd agree, Dan, that good quality production with terrible content is useless. You're better off dealing with really good content with homemade production quality, because all the studies have shown, the TV people, well, let me ask you this question, because this topic keeps coming up over and over again. If a channel in Massachusetts picks it up and a channel in Oregon, well, same time zone, in Detroit picks it up, are they seeing the same thing at the same time, or are they taking the programming and running it on their own?
So the content plays one time. So there is, obviously there's a difference, in the time zone, but the time zones are based on Eastern time zone. So if you're seeing something at 9 o'clock Eastern, that's going to play 6 o'clock Pacific.
Yep. Okay, but it'd be the same thing. So will people be able to watch on a device?
Now that and that can change as the platforms change. But if you think about television, that's they'll start a game and they'll start it early because it's on the East Coast, so it's going to start earlier than it would. It's not going to start at 8 o'clock, for a 5 o'clock start on the West Coast. They kind of go off of that. So yeah, everything's just based off of Eastern time, and then you just kind of do your math from there.
Able to go right to RVTV and click on a show and watch it there, or is that not going to be the place that they watch it?
So you'll be able to soon go to our website and stream it live from our website, but you're going to go right to your television or Roku on your television, Roku on your computer, streaming it on your computer. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but it's not like on demand shows. Okay. You can't go and pick I want to watch this show at 7. They're on at a certain time. It's like just watching normal normal television.
All right, but if they were driving down the road and there's a particular show they like, they get a cup of coffee, they could call it up on their smartphone or their tablet and watch it because it's on at that time, right?
Yep, exactly. And that's what that's what the streaming apps bring to the table. So you can watch it on your device. On Roku, you can watch it on Amazon Fire Live. Dealerships can play it live in their service centers, and it's just going to be playing. So to give you an idea, if I turn our computer here. Sorry if this is boring, but so this is you just click on RVTV, it pulls up stream live. And it's coming.
That's Frank Palanga's show there. It's a close-up of a piece of dark oak.
There we go.
Is that Mike from RV Blogger?
It is. Yes, we definitely have a connectivity issue here because everything seems to be locked up, and
that's what's happening on your side. Yeah, but that's a good. But it gives you good representation.
Hey, how about those shirts, Sagami? Want to talk about those shirts?
Yeah. So Dan is nice enough to provide us, as soon as they come in, that RVTV shirt that he is wearing. He is going to provide us
actually with the ones that we'd like to give are actually they're these shirts, but they have our actual RVTV logo on it.
The logo,
so they just don't have the letters.
Okay.
It'll be the whole logo. So the only thing we need to know is size and color. And we don't give black, white, or dark blue.
So, we don't give them choices. Send everything in Excel.
So it'll have this logo on it, right, Dan?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right, so we can do that. So what I'm going to do is, because he's giving us 10 shirts, every 10th comment, so the 10th, the 20th, the 30th, the 40th, 50th, those will be the winners of the shirts. And based on the number of people we have on tonight, I haven't counted comments, but we usually get over 100 comments on a good night. So I'm sure we will have 10 winners, and I will provide those. I'll notify the winner, and I will provide Dan with the address and the size. Do they have a choice on color, or is it one color, Dan?
One color.
One color.
No, good. White, blue, or black.
Oh,
too
white,
blue. Too many choices.
I mean, we'll make it as custom as they want. They're more than welcome to give us the size, the color that they want. It's no extra work for us. We're gonna ship them right to their house directly. So
okay.
So Zagami, you're going to call 10 people and say, what color do you want? What size do you want? Yeah.
I will gladly do that to have them running around New England with their RVTV shirts. One thing. Go ahead, Dan. Did you have a question?
You can give them my email address as well.
I can do that. Boom.
Dan, why don't you send one to everybody who's watching? That's all. Make it easier that way.
Yeah, whoever wins, you can give
It's exclusive. It's exclusive TV offers.
Your house, you send them out.
Right, but you had mentioned the 75. You'd mentioned the 75 stations, but another plus that you have from a media company. Explain your central operations center and the role that plays in all of this.
Yeah, so I mean, what it mainly does is it gives us the ability to get our channel out to all the different platforms. Why that's important is that most places don't have the ability to do it. They have to hire a third party to do it. It's very expensive. It's cost prohibitive. It makes you, you can't grow the channel in the right way because you can't afford to. We run 50 plus stations across the country that we control, and just it's massive. So I mean, I'm going to try to take this out, and I'll just kind of give you a
Oh, the guided tour. All right, let me blow that up for you. We got the image, Dan.
So yeah, so that's kind of what it, what one of the rooms looks like, and it's yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. That lets us build, build the network and grow it as fast as we're growing it. So that's what that is.
What can the fans do to help spread the word? I think you're doing a fine job on your own. You've been on Willie's show. You've gotten a lot of press on what you're doing, and that didn't come overnight because I know you've been out there for a year putting it all together. But what's the best way that we can help spread the word amongst the dealers and amongst the fans and the camping clubs, the Good Sam, the next version of Good Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the biggest thing now that you can do is two things. You can, it might sound silly, but just or go and follow our Instagram page, RVTV_TV. That's important. And then if you go to our website to contact us, if you submit an email and just say, we'd like to see RVTV on DirecTV, or we'd like to see TV, especially Dish. I think Dish is, that would, help a lot. They always say, when you're going to lose a show, call your television station. So, the more people that, that even email us when we go to a meeting and say, look at this, look at all these people that are asking for the station because they just want eyeballs. It's so hard to get things now, and us bringing the viewers to it, that it makes perfect sense. So contact us in some way and tell us what form of satellite system. Cable is kind of its own thing. It doesn't feel like cable is going to be the direction we're going to want to go, but every other medium is in play. Because it's where people are. So I'm not saying no to that. I honestly have no idea what the future holds, but we want to focus now on growing into the bigger satellite platforms, and we're on the way to that. Just every little bit helps.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, it is a work in progress. Don't think that this is fully baked and you're not going to get nominated for an Emmy next week, but this is a work in progress, but it's in a market that has so many potential viewers and so many potential shows that you could do it. You know, if John and I spent a half hour in the bar, we probably could come up with 20 more ideas. Go ahead, John.
Dan, you said you're sold out through the end of this year. Who are some of the great names in the industry that will be partnering with you?
Yeah, so the future things I can't talk about, but we have partnerships with Electric Bike, who has amazing top of the line electric bikes, Soft Start, Enduro Power is another. They were one of our first
Great.
First advertisers, and yeah. So
well, here's why I asked.
A lot of different question. Companies like that, Wingfi.
Here's why I ask you that, Dan, because RV people are very similar to NASCAR people. In fact, they're the same people. And if their favorite driver drinks Pepsi, they're going to drink Pepsi. And if RVers know that a certain brand is supporting this channel, they're going to buy that product. Simple as that. RVers are loyal. NASCAR people are loyal. And NASCAR and RV go hand in hand. I mean, we've seen it. We've been to shows. We've been to events. And we've even done shows about people that are at a NASCAR race that are an RVer. Some of the content we couldn't show on TV. But
that's after.
You're right on the motorsport stuff, because I know Blue Compass is sponsoring Indy cars. Campers in RV has some. They have a truck, they have an Xfinity car, and they have a Cup Series car. So yeah, motorsports are big time for RVers.
Jack Daniels.
Yep.
Somebody writes.
We used to have.
Who are Camping Keepers? You know them?
Who are what?
Camping Keepers.
That's Don Hawes.
Oh, why are they using that name?
That's his consulting company. But let's just check. We're getting close to the end here. Let's just check and see. Oh, that's because he knows I drink Jack Daniels. And RV Loves, Julie says that is true. People like to buy the same things as in the folks that they are fans of busy, use, consume. You're right.
Buy, use, and consume.
Yep. RV Love says that is true. Jerry says, very informative show tonight, guys. Thank you. That's Don and Pat. And Ventures and Couples says, please don't count. That's very nice of you guys. So, all right, we will not. Dan gave us 2 shirts at dinner this past night. All right, so if they're on one of the 10 spots, we'll just go to the comment after that. Thank you.
I feel like they run a touch small.
Yeah, I know.
All right, another awesome show. Of course they are. Venturesome couple. Okay, please don't. I got that, Walter. Can you imagine the video that Walter's going to submit for the show and the talent? Our viewers have talent. Can you imagine what Walter's going to be like? Just watch a few minutes of the channel. Very interesting. Glad to hear your son's all right, Walter. I know that was quite a legacy to last 24 hours, but I'm glad he's and I hope you get some sleep. It doesn't look like you got much the last 24 hours. So Jim Roy, sorry I'm late. Can you start over so I can catch up on what I missed? Well, you can go to the archives, Mr. Roy. Now, here's another one, Dan, that we got to introduce you to. This is Silver Moose Restorations in Maine, the #1 Airstream restoration company in the country. They're in the backwoods of Maine. People come from all over the country to have Jim Roy and his team restore vintage Airstreams. His work is absolutely incredible. It could be a show unto itself, but it could be a nice feature for one of the shows.
But he's got a 2.5 year backup, so he won't be advertising.
Yeah, if you brought him your Airstream today, it'll be ready in about 3 years. Right. But people, he's so good. I saw a post I saw a post that he did last night. He had this customer's coat. They needed a front panel. Been in the shop for almost 3 months. They ordered it in June, and you just don't get Airstream parts. They're unique. Sometimes they have to be made again. and the customer's leaving tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow, and wanted to pick up the coach. The part came in at 5 o'clock last night. His team worked throughout the night, and when they showed up today to get the Airstream, it was all done.
That's great.
This guy wrote the book on customer service. It is just crazy what he does up there in Maine. Who else we got there? Susan and Jim. Oh, quilting. Yeah, Susan's a big quilter. She went to a big quilting store the other day, spent a lot of money.
Look at the clock.
Oh, are we over? Damn, we're 8:02. Am I missing anybody, Frank? All right, wait a minute. We got that. All right. This happens. I told you, Dan, it would go quickly and we wouldn't know what the hell we were going to say and talk about. But let me thank you very much. I'm going to give you some final words. Anything you want to say to our fans? Anything else you want to say about RVTV before we close it out?
I really appreciate the platform to talk about it and everything that you guys have done. So thank you for that. And just check it out, whatever form that you can, streaming, over the air, whatever, just, and just stay tuned. We got some cool things coming. And
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jim, for taking time from your busy day to be with us at this time of night. You're the last one in the office. Make sure you lock the door and turn the lights out.
All right. Don't forget, folks, sponsored by Seacoast RVs, creating family fun on Route 1. And we will close it out with a little video.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.